Call Allah and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Wahaba, Wahadar. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Akodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who were well of Yasha Allah, which is to say Israel in Hebrew, Yasha Allah. Shalom wa barakim ha'aman bakiyar. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. The water Abba Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, forgive me the Rakha Akodash to be able to come back and do another lesson on hopefully something that can be edification and ammunition, exhortation, reproof, defending or preaching the gospel, a prophecy. Alright, this is your brother Shariat, and before I get going, this lesson is only out to you so-called, this watch or lesson is only out to you so-called Native American Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, or so-called Hispanics, also called. This is only to be declared for yourself to be if this is what your father is, if this is your earthly father is, if this what his lineage is, this is what you will be, according to truth and fact amongst many scriptures, Numbers 1 and 2, Numbers 1 and 8, and so forth. And these are not actually ethnicities, these are actually bywords of the Israelites, and these people that are of these so-called ethnicities are actually the biblical Israelites. So without any further ado, as I said, this lesson is only out to you. So as you can see, it says Donald Trump. This is pretty much a watch alert. You know, Donald Trump confirms Al-Qaeda leader Qasem al-Rimi has been killed in U.S. operation in Yemen after his jihadist group claimed responsibility for deadly Florida naval base shooting. Okay, so once again, Donald Trump confirms Al-Qaeda leader Qasem al-Rimi has been killed. So this is another, leader of one of these heathen nations in U.S. It says he has been killed in U.S. operation, right, in Yemen. And Yemen is in the Middle East. It's around Israel. It's around the region of Israel. It's right underneath. It's basically in the land of Ishmael. It's underneath Saudi Arabia. And it says after his jihadist group claimed responsibility for deadly Florida naval base shooting. So this was supposedly a tit for tat, some so-called vengeance. But with that being said, this guy was actually an Ishmaelite, I believe. People of Yemen, I believe they go back to the Ishmaelites. So you pretty much in that region, you got Ishmaelites and you got Elamites. I believe these people go back to Ishmaelites, if I'm not mistaken. And what's the Arabian? So these are more than likely Ishmaelites. But anyway, anybody that know about Al-Qaeda, those are the people that so-called blew up the Twin Towers or whatever. This is a whole story. Esau being a goddamn liar. What you really have here is what I'm going to title this lesson. It's going to be titled, Ordo Ab Chao, or Ordo Ab Chao, which is order out of chaos. And pretty much that's how Esau, that's his tactic when he wants to bring a plan of his into fruition. He likes to be in control of people's lives and time. As the scripture says, he thinks to change times and seasons, and he's turned everything upside down, and but it's all a potter's clay, because it's all Al-Qaeda. We know was set up to do the so-called bombing of the Twin Towers, which was done by their CIA agent, who was actually a CIA agent, Osama bin Laden. He actually formed. This is actually a group, Al Qaeda. Um, he actually formed it or whatever. I believe in the 80s, back in the 80s, Osama bin Laden, and he actually was trained and worked for, the U.S. The CIA. And when you just look at this don't really make sense because no one has reported on it too heavy. And when as we know, a lot has happened in this 2020 so far. This is the so-called year of 2020 of Esau. Um, but it's just something different about this one. Like he hasn't, there hasn't been no uproar, of the people, you know. So they got the whole story put together. It wasn't this laid out, with the, killing of the Iranian leader. The Iranians actually being the Elamites, but there was no, it wasn't as well laid out, when they killed Qasim or Qasad, whatever his first name is, Soleimani. Um, and there was an uproar of the people, man. You don't see that with this. So without any further ado, you can look into this yourself. Because I ain't going to be too long on this, man. And pretty much with the Ordo Ab Chao, this is Esau just trying to, basically they want the, in order for you to put something in order, right? Something, it has to be out of order. And that's how he creates order, by chaos. So you got the Ordo Ab Chao, which is Latin. It's a Latin phrase for order out of chaos. And they think we don't know about that. And that's what Esau does. He does. That's how he's able to set, like the 9/11 was the alley-oop for a lot of things that are in play right now that people don't even realize. And he was only able to get it in play by him creating that fake chaos, that fake terrorist attack. Esau's behind his own terrorist attacks. And we know that that so-called 9/11 was staged because nothing ever came back from not any of that. There was no no one has ever bombed the U.S. You know what I'm saying, until that time. So that's just funny. And it hasn't been done yet again. That was staged. Because when America's actually the daughter of Babylon. And when the Lord had it, it's already written in our scriptures. When it's bombed, it's going to be finished. There is no, it's going to be bombed and that's going to be it. Like the Lord could do what he want to do, but that the main prophecy of this place being hit with bombs is going to be, that's all she wrote. So with that, I'm going to go and get my scriptures. I'm going to close out. 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So who is Satan? Satan is the prince of the air. He runs the earth, right? He's one of the sons of God who's over the left-hand side of the Most High, which is the evil. Okay? Most High is balanced. He deals with good and he deals with evil. Okay? He gives people their evil. You want to play bad, he give you evil. You want to play good, you get good. It's just that simple. So 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the Most High gave us game already, Esau. You can't fool us. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of your devices. you're staging another event so you could bring forth the chip, you could bring forth martial law, because you already, banned people from traveling to China because of the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? So this is the perfect time for him to act on all these FEMA camps he has set up and around Jacob, and to try to kill off Israel. And this is all being done because, as the Lord said in Proverbs 21 and 1, it says the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. But before I get that, so it said back here in the 2:11, right? It says 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So how does Satan get an advantage of people, and what's his devices? Well, for one, as I already explained, he's the ambassador of the left-hand side of the Most High, which is the evil. And he incarnates himself like the Most High incarnates himself as a so-called black man, right? And Esau is the incarnation of is Satan incarnated. Okay, now let's prove that, because it said lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So let's prove that. We're gonna go ahead and ask you real quick while we get the scripture: who runs this earth? Who runs the world right now? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See that? So the so-called white man run the world. He got his hand on everything. Everybody follow what he does. Everyone wears suits like the white man. People slick their hair to the side like the so-called white man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the true judges of the earth you don't even know about, because he has hid them, right? And that's due to demonization of so-called black men, so-called Hispanic man or Latino man, and so-called Native Indians. This is Micah 3:1. It says, and I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? These are the people that's being hid. That's why everybody open the Bible and no one speaks about everyone loves God, but they don't speak about his people, the Israelites. No one speaks about Israel, right? You just hear about fake Jews. You don't hear about the tribes, the actual Israelites. You don't hear about them. It says, is it not for you to know judgment? The house of Israel, those that come from the stock, the actual lineage of Israel. Why you don't? Why? And so these are the people. These are the judges that's being covered. How are they being covered? Because they're being demonized to you and mistaught you as being so-called black men, so-called Hispanic man, so-called Latino man, so-called Indians. You know what I'm saying? So this is so-called white man. So, but all of us is not asleep, and he can't keep us. He couldn't keep us asleep. He didn't bid on that. As they tell you in the next verse, he said, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off of them and their flesh from off those bones. It says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin off of them. Esau got history of doing that. That's his track record, man. Look up slavery. Look that up and see who come up. But this is actually talking about our people, because they was going the hell off. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point is we're actually the judges. That's why we're being able to be covered, because of what we did. But Esau is the incarnation for Satan. To just get to the point of the video, man. And this is simply one of Satan's devices, man. You know, lies, distractions, you know, so he can get that Ordo Ab Chao going to bring forth the Father's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what is ultimately being done for. The Father has reasoning for everything. Proverbs 21:1. It says, so we know that the so-called white man runs the earth. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not equal to his devices. You know, it ain't no heaven on earth. So if we know Satan is on earth, wouldn't it make sense that he would be in the power, the power, the hand of the power, so-called powers that be of the earth? And it just told you that the powers that be, those that have the earth given into their hand right now, is are wicked. The earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. So the powers that be, your kings, your so-called elites, right? They're all putting out these devices, man, keep you asleep so they can bring forth this chip, so they can come kick your door in and round you up. They can have an excuse to do that, you know what I'm saying, by saying that, okay, it's too many, possible wars going on that can start. We want to round you up and keep you safe and take you to this camp. They'll come up with some another device, to get an advantage of you. They won't call it a concentration camp. They're gonna call it something else, housing or something like that. And you getting put on a bus and go in a damn camp, and they're gonna be putting our people to death, man. But this is and all this is the ways to get these prophecies going, because this is all prophecy I'm telling you about. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So you can put your hand in water and move it back and forth, right? However, wherever you want it to go. That's how much more for the Father of spirits. So the king's heart, that means his lob, right? So lob in Hebrew means what? Mind. So the king's mind is in the hand of Yahweh. As the waters, the rivers of water, he turned it whithersoever he will. He knew that thing wherever he wanted to go. So let's just say we killed this guy, and just to keep this thing really going, because we really want to get this chip implemented, because we're sick of these Israelites, these sons of Jacob. We're sick of them. We just want to, because they really believe that they're gonna, as the scriptures say, they believe that their house gonna continue forever. But that's pretty much it, man. I can get plenty more scriptures, and this would be a lesson just about a bunch of stuff, but I can I'm gonna get this for your reason and why they do these things they do. Right? Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own names. That sounds like so-called white man to me. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go, man. That's why they doing all this stuff. If you read this whole chapter, this is why they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They come up with these plans, against Jake, man. Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? It's all to naught. And all the stuff you're doing is only helping prophecy. It's only bringing forth prophecy. See, Psalms 2:2. The kings of the earth, those are the powers that be, right? The people that run the earth, the wicked, right? Because the earth has been given to their hand. Psalms 2:2. The king of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords away from us. So there you go, man. And the Lord laughing at these bars right now, man. So with that, I'm going to just say, it's that Ordo Ab Chao, and it's not going to work. It's only bringing forth prophecy. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say, Call Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wakabah, Wahadar. You know, I'm gonna get one more scripture just cause I ain't gonna rush it. Let's see. It said, verse 4, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. So that's the main part of this, because that proves the Proverbs 21:1. As the rivers of water, he turneth the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will it. Right? You put your hand in the water, you can move it back and forth. It says, Psalms 2:4, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. So there you go, man. There you go, man. There you go, man. I'm going to end on this scripture. And that's how you know this is all for the Ordo Ab Chao, because another big prophecy is you not being able to hear the words of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Which is the tools you need to build your house upon the rock. So if someone buys all the tools up, or the store where the tools are sold, you know, is closed down, how the hell you gonna build your house? So when it's time for you to need a house, let alone a solid house, you know, to protect you and dwell in times you really need that, hey, which would be Jacob's trouble, man. That's why Esau want to get this thing going, because he know we're building up the nation, our nation. And the Lord gonna have him keep making moves to stay on the Lord's time. You know? So let me get this, man. Esau plan. So if I can get this, I'm gonna close out. There we go. 2 Corinthians 13:8. So yeah, with your Ordo Ab Chao, this is another device, so Esau can get this thing set up, man. He's gonna be able to set the order he actually wants by creating this order. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's like for you to get a new phone from iPhone. Jake would do this in the world. You get rid of the phone. You know what I'm saying? That's your example of Ordo Ab Chao. You know what I'm saying? In order for your insurance to work, you know, your house get burnt down. In order for you fulfillment, you see that plan you have set up on your insurance to come to pass. You need your house to go there. You know, 2 Corinthians 13:8. So that's what it's your example of Ordo Ab Chao. And you're seeing it live. It says 2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth before the truth. So you're gonna lose, Esau. So with that, hope this has been edifying. Shalom.